Dear friends, welcome to our live broadcasting. It is 6 p.m. and as you already used with our program, we are live on our 3 channels, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. My name is Alina Tomer and I'm a licensed tourist guide in Romania. Together with our colleagues, we started this live broadcasting respectfully for our tourists, for our clients, and not less than our colleagues even. So we started to promote, let's say, Romania. We started to present Romania and we started to share with you our knowledge and love for our country. First of all, what does it mean to be a licensed tourist guide in Romania and how you can provide the services for a licensed tourist guide here? So in Romania, a licensed tourist guide gets the license from the Ministry of Tourism, and each and every licensed tourist guide has such a certificate. And as well, it has badge. There are different badges, different models, depending on the time when it was issued and what type of ministry we were in. So according to that information, we have a different license, but on each and every one of them, it is written that information tourism guide in English and in French, and of course in Romania. In order to have or to find a licensed tourist guide and in order to benefit from the services, you have our details below. It is our website. We are still working on it, but you still can find some information over. And you have the email address. So please do send us an email. You can find us, as I mentioned, over YouTube, over Facebook, over Twitter. You can find us on Instagram as well. We are sharing information there and a lot of beautiful pictures representing Romania. As well, you can find us on LinkedIn and Travel Massive. So we tried to make us much more reachable for all those which are willing to hire a licensed tourist guide. With regard to the legislation, I can share with you that according to the Romanian legislation, group should never walk in Romania without a licensed tourist guide. So that being said, I'm going to invite next to us, because today is Wednesday, correct? Well, being Wednesday, we have Florin next to us. So let us invite him. Hi, how are you?
Hi. Now I'm very relaxed because I'm in vacation. But just like Super. I told you, every Wednesday I'll do my tours, online tours with you.
Yeah. Doesn't matter where you are. It's important to be willing.
Yes, to have a internet connection and
exactly
to work a little bit to the presentation. First of all, I will show you my my badge and also my certificate on the other side. This is what I wear when I'm going with tourists in Romania.
Super.
I hope the landscapes are better than from my home here, from my living room. I'm at the beach now, but we'll talk about mountains. Today we'll go on the highest natural point of Romania. We'll go on Moldoveanu Peak in Romania at 2,544 meters.
Before we dive into today's subject, we have a comment from Meir Segal. Welcome, friends. It's Wednesday, the Florin's Day.
Yeah, Florin Day, yes.
Miss you. Wait for existing presentation. Thank you very much, Meir. So we are going to follow with the presentation itself. So here it is.
Yes, it's my last time when I went there after 25 years. I have to tell you that first time I reached the highest natural point in Romania when I was 17. Now, after 25 years, I had this idea, and I talked with some friends, and the two of them accepted my invitation, and we started from Bucharest for only one day. So it was a day trip from Bucharest to the highest natural point. Just like I told you, all the time is the highest natural point of Romania, because we have another highest point. We have a highest point in Romania, but it's not natural. Is Coștila, the relay from Argeș Mountains. But we talk about only about the natural highest point in Romania. We have here the map of Romania. You can see from Bucharest, we go to Burnei Sheepfold. Stâna lui Burnei is that point where we have to park the car. In that morning, we drove about 4 hours. We have about 2 hours highway and then national road. And then we have another 20 kilometers. The last 20 kilometers are the worst in Romania, I have to tell you. These 20 kilometers are in very, very bad conditions. It's not possible with every car, with a normal car to go there. Only with SUVs or this type of cars to go the last 20 kilometers. And anyway, it takes 2 hours for the last 20 kilometers. But after 4 hours, we are in that we say parking, even if it's not something. It's like a parking, but we can let the car there. And then from Stâna lui Burnei, we have about 4 hours to Moldoveanu Peak, and then another 4 hours back to the parking. So just like I told you, in one day we can go to the highest natural point in Romania, the highest peak from our mountains. We have here a map. You can see from the right, we start on a blue line. First, we go to Viștea Mare Peak, and then to Moldoveanu after about half an hour from Viștea Mare to Moldoveanu Peak. And from there, we go to another peak, but it's not very important, Galbena Peak. Then we start going down back to the parking. Is not something that everybody can do it. Even if I was 1 week ago, last weekend, I went there on 22nd of August, and was the busiest day on Moldoveanu probably ever in its history. And friends told me that they saw on TV, on news, that was so crowded, and but I wanted to go there because for me it was like a dream, because this year we couldn't travel a lot, so I have to choose something very special. For me, it was special. I realized that was for many other people, but I have to remind you that we talk about a trail about 8 hours, and it's not very easy, but worth it. Let's go to the next slide to see from our presentation. This is another map. You can see from the first point there is the parking. From there we go on Bad Valley of Moldoveanu to an intersection where is number 2, and from there we climb to Viștea Mare Peak at 2,527 meters, and from there another half an hour to Moldoveanu Peak, 2,544 meters, and then to Galbena Peak, where is 5, and from there we have also a part of the trail through the forest going down to the parking. On our way, we can see also 2 lakes, Triangular Lake and also Galbena Lake. We'll see in our images. I took some pictures special for this presentation. So are new pictures from this year. We start from Burnei Sheepfold, and we'll see from there a beautiful valley. We have to be prepared to climb these mountains, because we have to from this point, from Burnei Sheepfold, we don't see the peak, Moldoveanu Peak, but we can see the valley, and from that small house we start. We have also some rivers, so we still have water here. But after we reach 2,500 meters, we have no water anymore. So we have to carry some bottles for water, and also some food, because I told you we talk about 8 hours. We had some sandwiches, some croissants to eat on the way, because we need energy to hike these mountains. Once again, we talk about Carpathian Mountains in Romania, and the highest group of these mountains, Făgăraș group. Carpathians are divided in different groups. We talk about in another presentation, in the previous presentation, we talked about Bucegi, when we went to the Sphinx, Babele Sphinx, and also Karaiman Cross. There we have Bucegi group. Here we have Făgăraș group, the highest group of the highest mountains in Romania. There is also Transfăgărășan Road. In my first presentation here, but also in Romanian language, I talked about Transfăgărașan Road. So let's go up in the mountains. Let's hike a little bit, well prepared with some boots, a backpack special for hiking. From this point, we start this 8 hours of from our from this day. But we have also a map on this sheepfold. In the next image, I took a picture of this map of Făgăraș Mountains, also with some information. If we need help, we can call. We have a phone number to call Salvamont Argeș, and they will rescue if you have some problems. The name Valea Rea, so Bad Valley. Some people translate it with evil valley. It's not evil; it's only bad. We have to. This is for people who love mountains, who love hiking. That's why I decided to do this tour with my tourists if they ask for for this tour, but I will tell them that it's not very easy. They have to be sportive. They have to be in a good physical shape to go there. But anyway, the landscapes are very beautiful. Also, the weather was very good in that day. But during summer, we have sometimes we have the clouds that cover these highest peaks in Romania. But usually during summer, from June, July, August, and sometimes September, the weather is very good until end of September. Is a good period to come here to see these valleys, to see the landscapes from there. I have to tell you that there's nothing like going there up in the mountains and to see all the landscapes, all the valleys from there, and to feel like on the roof of the world. You can see we had the company at that moment. We had a lot of people, very friendly. We helped each other to go up there in the mountains. This is called the Bad Valley of Moldoveanu. It takes about 3 hours to go there up, where we have an intersection. You can see the path where people are going. I told you we still have water, some rivers here, and very, very good weather at that moment. We continue to the next images because I have to show you the valley from the top. From here, we can see there were we still have trees. We still have the forest. There down is the sheepfold, the point where we started. You can see on the left people climbing this on this path. I saw a lot of people, different people, families, children, 10, 12 years old. Of course, they didn't carry a backpack. For this, we have parents. We continue to other images from this trail. At one moment, we stop the hike, and we have here the river and some small lakes, and also we have some donkeys here. We stop for a break, and from here we can see Moldoveanu Peak. You can see I made a sign, an arrow, to show you the point where we have to go in this day. From here we continue somehow to the middle of this image, and from there we go on the left to Vista Mare and then to Moldoveanu Peak. On the way, we can find the first lake, triangular lake, of course, because we have this shape for the lake. And I told you these pictures are from second part of August, but we still have snow here. Even if we talk about the southern part of mountains, usually we have on the northern side of Făgăraș Mountains, we have snow. But on my last visit here, I saw snow next to this lake. And then we go to an intersection. I told you in the next image we have a sign. On this trail, we have to follow 3 types of signs. First one is triangle. Then we have red line. Red line is for the highest part of the trail. And then we go down back to the parking on Blue Cross. We have different types of signs on the mountains, but here we have to follow these 3 types. Of course, I told you at the beginning we have a map there, and there's no problem. We have signs everywhere, so from one of them we can see the next one. There's no place for mistakes here. Only if it's a bad weather and people have no experience. From here we have about 1 hour to Viștea Mare and 1 hour and a half to Moldoveanu Peak. I told you from the beginning that it's not very easy. You can see some rocks. We have to climb these rocks to go up. But you'll see in the next image we have a beautiful view from the top. You can see the ridge of Făgăraș, the highest mountains in Romania. And you can see here on the northern side of the mountains we have clouds, but they stop at the ridge. It was a great phenomenon from me to see that the clouds stopped on right to the ridge of the mountains. And on one side was sunny. We saw everything. On the other side, we had clouds. We at that moment when we are up the highest points of the mountains, there is a feeling that I cannot describe it, because it's just like I won a prize, even if it was only something that I did it for myself, for just to go somewhere to visit, to reach a point in Romania. Then in the next image, I guess we have the moment when I reached the third highest natural point in Romania. We have Moldoveanu Peak at 2544. We have Negoiu, the second one is 2535, and this is the third one, 2527 meters high. This is the moment when I reach this peak, and from here you can see only half an hour to Moldoveanu Peak. Is half an hour very important, because you see the path is not is still very dangerous, because it's on we have cliffs on both sides. It's very important to stay focused on the road, even if you admire the landscapes and it's a beautiful view. You have to stay focused on the way. So in the next image, we have the way to Moldoveanu Peak. Here we have a map. First of all, with this half an hour, you can see also on the right the lake, triangular lake. We have the red dot, the first part of the trail, and then here on the ridge of the mountains we have the red line that continue to the next peak, Galvena Peak, and from there we go down with following the third sign, the blue cross. So we have this half an hour. You can see it's from Vista to Moldoveanu going south on these mountains. And the next images we'll have the path. You can see from here, we can see there in the middle the highest natural point of Romania, and a lot of people, of course, there. And also here on the ridge of the mountains, a lot of people walking. I'm still very impressed about these mountains. Was one of my dreams to go once again here at this point. I took a lot of pictures here to show you the reality, to show you how the trail is here, and is very important to notice that I had very good weather. Last time it was very cloudy, and was raining almost all the time. So very, very bad weather, and it was more dangerous than now. But I told you, happened 25 years ago, and I was younger than today. And of course, I didn't realize how dangerous it is at that moment. We go to the next image because we have about half an hour from the moment when we start the presentation, and I told you all the time that I have to do it in half an hour. So in the next image, we have pictures from the last part of the trail between Piștea Mare and Făgăraș and Moldoveanu Peak. I posted these pictures also on Facebook, and I remember I wrote on the one from the left, Jeremy, this is the best road in the world. If you remember on Top Gear show, Jeremy Clarkson said after he saw Trans-Făgărașan Road that the Trans-Făgărașan Road is the best road in the world. But I have to tell you that this is the best one. When you go there, you'll feel like a king, and more powerful than ever you've been in your life. Of course, it's not very easy once again, but at the end you'll reach the Moldoveanu Peak. In the next image, we have the moment when I wait in line to go to the peak to take some pictures, because I told you it was the busiest day in Romania here in Făgăraș Mountains. I don't want to check what happened on Trans-Făgărașan Road in that weekend. I choose a day from weekend was on Saturday because I was afraid not to be alone here, me and my friends, because when we hike, we need the help. if we are in danger. Here I'm with two of my best friends. At that moment when we been very happy to reach the highest point, Vârful Moldoveanu, just like is written there, highest point of natural point of Romania, highest peak, Moldoveanu. You can see also the clouds that from these pictures. From this picture, I can imagine that is somebody with the hand that is up and take care of us. Yes, I know I have imagination. From here, from this point, we go to another peak, Galbena Peak, but it's very important to admire this ridge of the mountains. Here in the middle of this image, up at the highest point is Moldoveanu Peak, and from there we have to go on the ridge. You can see also some other people. Here we stop for the lunch. We have some sandwiches, some fruits, some chocolates because we need energy. And from here we start going back to the car. But first of all, we go to Galbena Peak. We see in the next image. This is the moment when I reached 2,419 meters. And from here, we have also some informations on. We follow from this point the Blue Cross going to Galbena Lake, and from there through the forest back to Burnei Shipfort. Of course, other beautiful landscapes because we see Galbena Lake. When I saw the first time this lake, I said that if we build two chalets there, looks like Bâlea Lake, but is on the other side of the mountain. Galbena is on the southern part of Făgăraș Mountains. So we continue with the next images because these mountains means also sun, these beautiful valleys, lakes, and also forest fruits. From here, I have to tell you that it's not easy to go down back to the parking because there are 2.5, 3 hours, of course, with many stops for because we are not going there just to do sport. We go there for nature, for air, for fresh air, for the landscapes, and for our mind, not only for bodies, for health, just to be sportive. We can see here Galbena Lake, and just like I told you, looks like Bâlea Lake, but Bâlea Lake is on the other side of the mountain. Then in next images we can see the valley. You can see people going down, and from this point we have again water. I told you on the highest part of the trail we have to carry some bottles with water because we need water. I saw a lot of people with no water, and we had to give them from ours. because just like I told you, we need to be friends, all of them, to help each other if somebody needs help. And the big surprise from this altitude, we start finding some forest fruits, blueberries, and then lower altitude we have raspberry. And I don't have to explain you the big difference between the fruits that you can buy from a supermarket and the fruits from here. These are very, very delicious. Trust me, are natural. Of course, are smaller than the one that you can find in a supermarket. But I lost probably 15-20 minutes on the way just to pick up some fruits to eat it, because are very delicious, and of course very, very good for your energy on the road. This is a reason why we have so many brown bears in our mountains, usually in Bucegi, in Făgăraș, and also in Harghita, Covasna, in that region of Romania. We meet a lot of brown bears also on on the road. I had no surprise on that day, so we didn't met any brown bear, but we ate these fruits. They still have a lot of blueberries, so we don't have to worry that they are hungry now. In the next images, we have an idea what means the Galbena Valley through the forest. This is the worst part of the trail, because you can see only trees. You don't know how long it takes to finish. An idea is to write on each sign a number. So counting from the valley up to Galbena Lake, you can read, I don't know, from this point in the to the right, maybe there are another 50 signs, and then you continue, then you can see 49, 48, and this way you can guess how long it takes to finish this trail, because it's something for your mind. It's very important to know how much time you have, and to preserve your energy for the rest of the trail. But at the end, we find in the next images the moment when I finished all this trail back to Burnei sheepfold. Please, Alina, if you can go to the next image. This is the same point where we started the day, and here we washed our faces, because the sweat was everywhere on us, and a lot of mosquitoes killed us on the way. But trust me, worth it for us, especially for me, because I have to recognize that I do it for myself first of all, but also for you, to show you these beautiful landscapes from Romania, and to explain you how can you go to the highest natural point in Romania, 2,544 meters. Here in this point, we have another map. In the next image is probably the last slide from our presentation from today. We have the explanation of entire trail. Please, Alina, if you can go to the last image, because I know 40 minutes is a lot. You can see on the right the Bad Valley with the triangle, red triangle, and then here is with blue triangle, but is on the way you'll see the red line, and the last part is with the blue cross. But anyway, you can follow the signs just like I told you, or you can ask me to join you to explain you everything on the way, and I'll be glad to go again with tourists.
Of course, that's the point. That is the point, to actually have the services of a professional tourist guide, of an, let's say, experienced tourist guide, more than this, that you actually visited. So you could share with us your experience and so beautiful pictures. We have also another comment, which is saying, very nice. This is my mother. So
say hello to your mother.
Dear Florin, we are closing with this. We are the Professional Association of Tourist Guides from Romania, and we are waiting for you to come and enjoy our country. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for joining us. You can see and follow our channels with virtual tours on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter,
and Travel Massive.
You can find us also on Travel Massive, LinkedIn, Instagram. We are always glad to share with you and to support and to be very close to our clients, past, present, and future. Thank you, Florin. Have a nice holiday. Bye-bye.
Thank you. See you next Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday. Bye.
Bye.